25. Mental health is real. Seek help and the stigma. On the news this afternoon. Fresh oil spill in Bukuma, River State contained. PDP NWC rejects suspension of BOT chairman Adolfo Nwabara. House of Representatives demand reversal of telecom tariff hike. On the foreign scene, Israel wreaks havoc in occupied West Bank as fear of war looms in Gaza. I'm Ifechu Kumoyle with the news. Now, the spokesman of Bukuma in Degema local government area of River State, Ibarema Fubara, says the fresh oil spill from the wellhead of the OML 18 has now been contained after the operators shut down the manifold. Dr. Fubara confirmed this to correspondent Yobiorwari this morning. Earlier, he said there was a fresh oil spill from the manifold after the 1-month-old fire was put off on Sunday.
Yesterday evening, the NNPCL operators and their team were able to clamp the well and put out the spill. Well has been clamped and the spill has stopped. So we are looking forward to clean up and remediation and all other processes to be done to ensure that EIA is conducted, GIV and all that, so that Bukuma people will have a breath of fresh air. But as of now, the well has been clamped. It has been shut down within the hours of 4, 5, 6.
Dr. Fuller also explained how this fresh oil spill from the manifold has further contaminated the environment.
Doing their best to see how they can shut down the well and stop the spill and contain the spill. So they are still there trying their best. We wish they succeed fast because the hazard and the pollution, has escalated. When it was burning off the hydrocarbons, which was also another level of pollution. Now the entire area is charged with hydrocarbon cloud and fumes all over, contaminating the waters again afresh and, polluting the entire atmosphere, the plants, the farmlands, everything is just, you feel it dropping on your skin.
Away from that, the PDP National Working Committee, NWC, has rejected the suspension of the chairman of its Board of Trustees, BOT, Adolfo Nwabara. On Tuesday, the Abia State Executive Committee of the PDP suspended Senator Nwabara for 1 month over alleged anti-party activities. Reacting to the suspension in a statement, PDP spokesperson Debo Ologunwawa said the action of the Abia State Executive Committee is reckless and unconstitutional. He said no state working committee has the power to suspend or take any disciplinary action against a member of the National Executive Committee, NEC, of the party without due recourse to the NWC as provided in Section 57, subsection 7 of the PDP Constitution. Moving on, President Bola Tinubu has ordered all ministers in his cabinet to give account of their stewardship with immediate effect. The Minister of Information, Mohammed Idris, said the president gave the order today. The minister said the intention is to enable Nigerians to know what the government has done and to ask questions. Recall that Tinubu had made ministers sign performance guidelines before their swearing in. Meanwhile, the president of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, says lawmakers will receive the report of the 54.2 trillion naira 2025 budget estimate this week for possible passage. Speaking during plenary, Senator Akpabio gave the assurance that the Senate Committee on Appropriations is expected to present the report today or tomorrow. The Senate President stressed the urgency of finalizing work on the 2025 budget, noting that some senators were absent from the chamber to put the finishing touches on the appropriation bill. Now, the House of Representatives on Tuesday called for the immediate suspension of the 50% hike in telecoms tariff. It follows a motion of urgent national importance by a member, Obuku Ofoji. The House also described the poor service delivery from telecom operators and insisted that an increase in tariff should not happen until service improves. The lawmakers ordered the Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC, and the Minister of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy, Bosu Tijani, to suspend the tariff increase because of the economic hardship in the country. Still to come, UNIZIK begins probe as female student allegedly bites lecturer. Stay with us.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
You're welcome back, and now the rest of the news. The University of Port Harcourt Faculty of Media and Communication hosted the wife of Vice Chancellor Udeme Georgewell on Tuesday at the faculty building for an interactive session with newly admitted female students. Mrs. Georgewell, while addressing the students' challenges and concerns, encouraged them to stay focused on their academic goals, resist negative influences, particularly peer pressure.
There is a time for everything. You must ensure that whatever decisions you make, you will be able to bear the consequences that come with these decisions. So please update yourself. Friends, you must learn to use the word no. Please be careful. Ultimately, the decisions are yours, but you must think about yourself every single time. Everybody is coming under the pretense to help you. They may not necessarily be that helpful. So you should be careful generally in what you do. You must read up. Let me tell you why. Because as women, we bear the brunt of the issues that come forth.
The head of the Department of Journalism and Media Studies, Christy Omego, and the faculty dean, Walter Ihejirika, both spoke during the event, requesting for the expansion of the faculty with additional buildings.
I want to appeal, please take this to Daddy. Beg Daddy to give us the building. We are suffocating. We don't have space. It's not just the students, even the lecturers. We're employing lecturers to fill the spaces, and they don't have spaces to stay. So when you go, please tell Daddy that we are still waiting for the promise. He promised us, and I know with you, you will fulfill that promise.
It is the first of its kind of having such a high-profile visitor to our faculty. Thank you for coming to us, and thank you for showing that concern, especially to our female students. This shows that you have that motherly instinct.
Our correspondent reports that the Vice Chancellor's wife responded to questions on sexual immorality, relationships, indecent dressing, health, academics from the students, and assured them that solutions to some of their concerns would be provided. Faculty members and counselors were also present, offering further advice and support to the students. In the meantime, the authorities of Nnamdi Azikiwe University, UNIZIK, Awka, Anambra State, have started an investigation into a scuffle involving a lecturer in the Department of Theatre Arts of the institution and a student over a filmed social media content. A spokesman of the school, Njelita Lewis, said the management of the institution will impose the appropriate sanction on any of the parties found culpable. In viral videos, a third-year student in the Department of History and International Studies, Godi Precious, was seen dancing before her phone, capturing a TikTok moment where the lecturer, Chukwudi Okoye, walked past her from behind. The lecturer gently tapped the female student on the shoulder, asking her to give way, but the student was pissed by the lecturer's action. The female student later accused the lecturer of hitting her, locked his shirt, and dragged him among students. The female student also allegedly bit the lecturer on the wrist and arm during the scuffle. And now, PlayStation games, wristwatches, and luxury belts are some of the gift items that men in Port Harcourt are expecting from their spouses on this year's Valentine's Day. Some of them who spoke to our correspondent say they expect their spouses to go beyond boxers and singlet gifts this year. Others mentioned office bags, shoes, clothes, perfumes, cameras, and even cars as their preferred gift.
Camera. Now what did they bother me? If I use and go work now, get money, come back, I will get joy. If I lose the camera, I will get joy.
I'm expecting current PS5, but I know that she cannot be able to afford it. So I'm going with anything she gets for me.
The women should step up a bit. That would be very nice. The men will also be encouraged to even do more when the females step up a bit. Females are making money. They are working too. There's nothing wrong. If the woman decides to say, look, take a car for a Valentine gift, expensive belts, trousers, even wears, maybe a dozen, that would be good.
If I can get a wristwatch from her, I will be okay with that. I want to buy a wristwatch. The wristwatch is not cheap, the one I wanted to buy. So if she can get me that wristwatch, I will be okay.
Some persons are not good in giving, no matter the amount they have. While some persons, the little they have, they can share. So it all depends on an individual basis here.
Our correspondent caught up with some women who shared what they plan to gift their partners on Valentine's Day.
Something that I know that maybe probably when we are discussing, he always emphasizes on getting that stuff when he's so buoyant. So I can just secretly go get it for him this Valentine, and I know he's going to appreciate it.
There are watches, shoes, there are expensive shoes. Then there's very expensive eyeglasses. Shouldn't be only the boxers. Something that when he puts it on, he will feel like, oh my God, give me this.
If my man is bothered about something and I know, he's bothered about this and I have the money, I can get that stuff for him. And this for man that is also supporting, not the one that is not supporting at all. If you're not supporting that, my dear, I can't even get even the boxes and cigarettes, you'll not even see.
I think you can give your man PS, canvas, clothes. If you're giving a guy money to look somehow, you can transfer the money, not giving the guy cash.
Our correspondent visited a gift shop for a survey and found that office bags are sold for about 45,000 naira and male sunglasses sell between 12,000 naira and 25,000 naira. A wristwatch, depending on the brand, costs about 25,000 naira and 375,000 naira. A luxury body towel sells between 11,000 naira and 14,850 naira. A 3-in-1 pack of designer boxes costs between 4,300 naira and 12,500 naira. Valentine's Day is this Friday, February 14. In business, the Nigerian Customs Service has suspended the implementation of the 4% free on board FOB value on imports following intense opposition from stakeholders. Customs spokesman Abdullahi Maiwada, in a statement on Tuesday, said the suspension would enable comprehensive engagement and consultation between the Minister of Finance, Olawale Edu, and other stakeholders. The FOB, which is at 4% charge on imported goods, was meant to replace an older system where companies like Web Fontaine handled import inspections for a 1% fee. Now, officials from Nigeria, Algeria, and Niger have signed a new contract aimed at accelerating the development of a vast natural gas pipeline toward Europe. The Trans-Saharan Gas Pipeline, announced in 2009, would transport billions of cubic meters of gas, 4,128 kilometers from Nigeria through Niger and onto Algeria. From there, it could be pumped through the undersea Mediterranean pipeline Transmed to Italy or loaded onto liquefied natural gas tankers for export. And now in entertainment, social media is abuzz following Nigerian singer Tubaba's public declaration of love for Edo State lawmaker Natasha Osawaru. Now, the unexpected confession comes shortly after announcing his split from wife Annie Idibia, sparked mixed reactions online as fans weigh in on the new development. Now to sports. Chelsea are preparing a £58.3 million summer bid for Atletico Madrid's 21-year-old Spain defender Pablo Barrios.
And now we'll bring you news from around the world.
Palestinians in Gaza have condemned Israel for threatening to resume intense fighting if Hamas does not release all captives. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu threatened to resume intense fighting in Gaza if Hamas does not release captives held there by noon on Saturday. This comes as Israel continues its siege of the city of Tulkarem, as well as the refugee camps of Tulkarem and Nur Shams in the occupied West Bank, where Israeli forces continue arrests, destruction of property, and abuse of residents.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Now that's a wrap on the news afternoon. Before we go, let's have a look at the major stories. A fresh oil spill in Bukuma, River State has been contained. The PDP NWC has rejected the suspension of BOT chairman Adolphus Nwabara. The House of Representatives has demanded the reversal of telecom tariff hike. And on the foreign scene, Israel has wreaked havoc in the occupied West Bank as the fear of war looms in Gaza. The news was edited by Martha Okere. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. I'm Ifechukwu Moyawe. Many thanks for listening.
To thrive in a fast-changing world.
Tune in to 92.3 Nigeria Info.